You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. We're in our sunroom. I'm Ron.
I'm Terry.
And we have a special guest with us. Finally,
there's still no tea.
Zach.
Hi.
Zach is here, and his girlfriend Sarah
Hello.
is here. And Zach, your last time you were on, you were legendary because of your waiting in line for an ice cream you never got. Did you hear this story?
Yeah, I made him get the ice cream.
I was
You made him get the ice
I was
cream.
buying the Dairy Queen because I was sending her pictures. I said, "Can you believe this guy?" Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta scoot in because I need you close to the mic. You act like you've never been around a mic before.
Yeah, get it together.
What? I was close enough.
You were screaming. That's why you were. He was being himself.
Wanted the mic to pick me up.
But Zach was here. He's a teacher. He's our youngest child of 3, and now we get to swing it over to Sarah. Sarah. This is how we meet our son's girlfriends. We put them on a podcast and ask them questions. So this is how we do it.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Okay. What's somebody knocking at the door?
No,
Is
someone just went past. It set the ring off.
Are you sure?
Well, I thought I heard it.
Could be a burglar.
Should we start over?
Yeah, probably.
No,
No.
it's
Yeah,
life.
this has been an awful.
Hey, that's-
I know. What a way to start, huh? We got a couple things we're going to talk about, but first we're going to get to know Sarah
Oh, no.
a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because we know to Zach. You know about Zach. He's a math teacher. He's a busy guy.
There's not much to know.
He's a busy guy. He coaches track and field.
It's
cross country, and baseball.
we don't know him that well.
And baseball, right?
And baseball.
And baseball. Now, Sarah.
Hi.
Now, were you born in PA?
Yeah. in
Okay,
Avella.
in Avella.
I was born in the Washington Hospital.
Okay, and you went to school to Avella,
Mm-hmm.
and you have brothers and sisters.
Yeah. I have a little sister and a little brother. But I like my brother better.
Okay.
Sorry, Cass.
All right. That's just getting
at the moment.
Yeah,
anyhow.
at the
just
moment.
getting that right out
She's
there.
crazy. Cassandra Maidment. Don't talk to her. If you see her on the street, run. Okay, thanks. Public service announcement.
Yeah. PSA right at the beginning. Now you went to college. Where'd you go to college?
St. Vincent.
And you went. Now this is an interesting story because you went because you want to be
A vet.
a vet.
Rip that dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what changed for you?
Well, so it was always my goal, I guess, for a really long time, and I really loved animals. But I think once it hit the real world, it's like, can I do this for the rest of my life kind of deal? You know, because it's a lot. You don't really get any days off. People can ask you all the time, like, can you come take care of my dog that has, like, an ear infection, or can you come trim his nails? Like, they're doing that now, and I was just a vet tech.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, so I wanted something that was more sustainable for the rest of my life.
Have we asked you for Rigby? Because he needs.
Not yet.
He says, okay, that's coming.
But I heard he doesn't like his paws being touched, so I'm nervous about that.
I don't know what he likes, to be honest. Being a vet, I mean, you actually work as a vet tech, so you knew kind of the ins and outs a little bit of what it's like. How long did you do that?
3 years. So 2 in college, and then for the summer after I graduated. And then that was ended really terribly in flames and awfulness.
Oh.
Yes, that's how I became a sub.
Yeah,
I was unemployed, and my aunt was like, come work for the school. We need people.
and that's how you met this guy over here, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because they'll take anybody. That was why she was like, we need anybody. It's a body to fill the room. They'll never check on you.
You have a 4-year degree
We'll just
right now.
throw
You
you
could
in
be a
there.
sub, yeah.
Yeah, for real. She's like,
If you have a
please, I'm begging
4-year
you.
degree, they will put you through Trinity will put you through their training.
But if you were gonna go on to be a vet, okay, let's say you get what is the next step? Like, how long would it be before you become
She
a
just got
veterinarian?
into an Ivy League school.
I did. I got the email yesterday that if I wanted to, I had a spot at UPenn.
No
Which is pretty
kidding!
cool.
Congratulations.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is.
I'm like, am I sure I'm making the right decision? But I think I am. But still, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, that
I
is-
feel like
that is
I did
awesome.
achieve my dream, even though I don't want to do it anymore.
How long would you, if you take that, go to that school, how much longer would you have to be? Is it just like a doctor, sort of?
Yeah,
I mean,
4 years, and then it was about $70,000 a year just tuition. So crap ton of money.
Yeah,
is William
and
Penn?
then you have to do so much.
UPenn. It's
Or
in,
UPenn.
Philadelphia.
Do
Okay.
would you have to do so much like hours like an intern? Like,
I think the last
like they
year
do
4 was the clinical year. So you would take 3 years of classes, and the last one would be
your clinical. Okay.
Okay.
So you'd be working with a vet then.
Yeah, and by then you would pick like you can go wildlife, large animal, small animal. Just depends on like where you want to be concentrated.
Or if you want to do them all, you may have to do longer.
I don't even know, but you can specialize. You can go on for another to be like a cardiologist for an animal. You want to like urinary, like you can be a vet, and then you can get even more specialized.
Podiatrist.
A podiatrist.
Yeah, like you know.
Yeah, I got you. Thanks.
That was good.
Yeah, that's real good. So no, she's subbing. Now this is interesting too because she's subbing, and then I've always said someone would have to fall in Zach's lap, literally, to get you to date, because you never. Just and you met. You kind of, you talked. A janitor gave you $20 just to get the heck out of there.
That's true.
That was kind of funny.
Like, I'm trying to clean the room.
The first Zack story I ever heard was the one about where they thought he had cocaine. Where he had COVID.
At the Washington Hospital.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
That was the first
when I took him and you thought you took him?
Yeah, you want to tell that
he was
story?
kind of out of it.
She was my sub.
Oh, yeah, the second job I ever took there was a long-term position for Zach.
Yeah.
My sister was like, oh, he's really hot. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, I can't believe anything she says.
A detail I didn't need to know, but no, so yeah, because she had no idea who she was filling in for.
No,
because I had COVID, and it was the day that you took me into the emergency ER because I thought something was wrong with my brain. I couldn't think straight. I went all wacky, and well, you know the story, but because I don't remember a lot of waiting to get into the ER. I was in the waiting room for a bit, and then somewhere along the way, I got a pack of powdered donuts. And so when they knew that I was having some kind of psychological issue, they sent the nurse in who started asking me what I was on. They're like, just tell us, we're going to test you anyway. Not knowing that I had powdered sugar all over my mouth, and it looks like I just snorted in the waiting room.
So this is the first thing I ever hear from his mouth. I was like,
this is the first story you get to hear from him. Wow.
Yeah, so
who wouldn't want to date that?
I know, right?
I mean, it is Washington. I guess I could see why they would think I'm on something.
I remember the call. He calls and he talks to you and says,
he told me his
not
brain
right.
wasn't attached to his body.
Yes.
He felt like he was in motion, but he was telling to and it wouldn't. He was cooperating with
You were
him.
saying you thought you were laying down, but you were actually standing up because it was your brain.
I don't remember it.
So you don't remember any of that.
No, I just.
And he was going to drive himself.
Yeah, you were going to drive.
How the heck were you going to get there?
Well, I sent myself into a panic attack because I couldn't concentrate on anything. I just knew something was not right with my brain, and it turns out it was all the coke.
Yeah, obviously. Right there in the hospital while you were there.
Well, they provided it. I don't know where I got the bag of donuts from.
Yeah, where did you steal it from a child?
I have no idea where it came from. But then that was the funny thing.
He didn't have it in my car.
I hadn't seen people I had been completely isolated from people for 2 weeks. And finally a nurse was talking to me. And, so there was human connection. And by the time that they because it turns out I was just dehydrated was one of the biggest things that was contributing to my lack of brain function. So once they got me connected to an IV and they had just brought in a warm blanket. So the nurse came in and she started asking me questions about my symptoms. And at this point, this is the end of the 2 weeks, and I was starting to feel better. And she was like, well, do you have a sore throat? No. Do you have a headache? No. You're not fevered. And she was like, why did you come in here? And I said, I don't know. I was like, I don't know why I'm here. And she's like, well, do you want to go home? And that warm blanket was on top of me. They just put on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
So you were living it up.
No,
I'll stay here.
You had the IV, right? And
I
IV
getting free liquids.
Yeah.
So, no, I was pretty content.
And this is the story the first story you tell her. Of all the stories you come up with, this is the story.
Well, it just happened. I got back and she was like...
Oh, that's right, because you
I
had...
was are you the person I've been subbing for?
I said, get this. They accused me of being on drugs.
I said, oh, how nice.
They said, we will test your urine.
And you said, well, you'll find some Advil in there, right?
Yeah, well, I was on a lot of Advil. Yeah.
So that's your story to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And then you tell her that story. And what were you thinking when you hear this story?
And she thought, I need him in my
life. She was thinking, he's nuts.
Yeah,
I was
like, I'm going to stay away from that side of the hallway.
Sneak by the door so you can't see me.
He's got his bag of donuts, run.
But something connected.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, how do we get here?
It's funny how things kind of work though in a way.
Sure.
I mean, we met at Foodland. I was a bag boy. Well, I was a stock boy. She was at the register, and it's just
and
weird.
Myrnie, the older lady that worked with us, said, "Did you ever notice that Ronnie likes me and you best out of everyone? When he packs for everyone else, he packs out there. But when he packs for us, he comes back in here and packs for us." I said, "Oh, okay, Myrnie." So I paid attention after that. Oh, he does. So then I catch him if he was down the aisle in front of my looking at me. So,
yeah. I was just looking out. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Yeah. In my Jordache jeans.
Yep.
But going back to teaching, we got off. Well, it's the same teaching. We're still in the school. Now you helped him when he was out with his cocaine problem.
Yeah.
And then
I'm glad you're recovering.
Yeah, and then they put you into home ec, right?
Yeah.
And again, this is just you're just kind of thrown in there.
La la la.
But you liked it.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
liked it.
Really enjoyed it. And I'm kind of sad all the programs are just disappearing now.
That's what I wanted to get into because I think that's the part for me that's just doesn't make sense. You're getting rid of a program that I think kids need because more parents are working, both are working
at night.
And at night, yeah. And so if they need to make something, why not have home ec or fix a button or whatever it is that you do? It makes no sense.
Just basic life skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know our program started in 6th grade with a kitchen safety program, which I think every kid should have a kitchen safety and have to. They had to know the tools. They had to pass it to be able to do any baking or cooking in the class.
Like so many kids that know you don't stick metal in the microwave, and I feel like that's pretty basic.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I just got a picture of someone trying to peel a potato with a cheese grater.
Yeah, well, this is an adult.
Yes, he probably took that.
Yeah, well, it makes you wonder what were you doing when they were teaching you how to peel a potato? What were you thinking? Or maybe in their defense, maybe they don't have a potato peeler.
This is the next best thing.
All right.
Cheese grater.
Cheese. Yeah, you got to use what's.
I would say
it's either that or the grinder from the garage. Use a grinder.
Like a knife.
A sander.
Sand the skin off of it.
Yeah, sand the skin.
I think that would work.
Making mashed potatoes. Fire the sander.
But this stuff, that just makes no sense that we're not teaching the kids just basics. Basics. It's simple things.
All 3 of our boys said that they thought that test was kind of common sense, but some kids
what
don't.
Test?
The kitchen safety test that they had to take to be able to bake.
Because they show you a picture and you had to circle everything wrong with the picture, and there'd be like the microwave cord is hanging in the sink, and there's like a cat inside the oven. Like it was pretty.
That's a little obvious.
Exactly.
Unless you like cat. Or you work at a Chinese restaurant.
Well, actually, I did have a Chinese friend.
Or is it Japanese?
Whose
Which one is it?
really
Is it Chinese?
Yeah.
I probably offended someone, I'm sure. I'm sure I have. That likes cat.
He liked dog?
Yeah. Yeah, my friend Dylan Gu.
What?
I had a Chinese friend. His dad really.
Oh, dog.
Yeah, he liked collie.
That was his.
That was his favorite meal.
That would be to us would be a chicken, sort of. For him,
I don't know. I don't want to get too racist about.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Did like
in
collie.
some countries, our pets are meals.
Well, Terry's dad had that, but he didn't know he was eating that in Vietnam.
He had a dog.
In Vietnam.
Yeah, he didn't know.
What it tastes
like? Good
stew.
stew.
I don't know. He threw it up.
Once
he found out what it was.
Yeah, he went outside. And,
yeah.
That was a good fake noise.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe it.
Well, to each his own. Whatever you like to eat, I guess. But yeah, what's happening that we're not teaching just basic skills?
Yeah, like what is school anymore?
You get out And you got people, the question was, just recently we watched this guy's on TikTok, and he was asking just basic questions. And he said, where is Venice, Italy located?
Which the answer is in the question.
The answer is in the question. And they said Brazil. One person said Portugal. I mean, it's Venice, Italy. He gave you the answer.
Yeah.
These people are allowed to vote. Think about that for a second.
I mean, unless they want like the continent, but like.
Well, a couple people did say Asia.
Well, not the right continent.
No, it's not even the right one.
No, they didn't say the right one, so it was like, yeah.
Do you think it's your first? That was your first year subbing, right?
Yeah.
Would you say it was difficult in the beginning and got easier, or was it just pretty simple once you got into the groove?
Yeah, I think it's not bad because before I graduated, I worked at the Nature Reserve and at the Pittsburgh Zoo, so I had some kind of classroom experience.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't too bad walking in, and my mom's a teacher, so I've been around the classroom.
So it was almost felt natural.
Exactly, but maybe someone else going in, I could see how it would be really scary to go up and like plan stuff and talk in front of everybody.
Yeah,
I've been told that people, when you go to school for, is this true? You'll have to tell me, Zach, that they don't really give you a class on managing the classroom.
Well, they talk about classroom management,
but you don't really get like hands-on.
Well, you're supposed to learn that in your placements because up until your student teach, you go at least twice a week to a school and you're with a host teacher and you're supposed to
observe and see what works for them, and then
but a lot of times in like your teaching classes, they act like you have the perfect class. You know, they act like everyone just follows directions and.
But I know that sometimes our administration will say they won't hire certain subs because they don't have classroom management skills. But I feel like that is something that comes with doing it.
Yeah, that's something that...
If you have a bad class one year, you may have to try 3 or 4 things to figure out what works with like a rowdy bunch of boys or whatever it would be.
That's the thing with teaching is there's not ever a one-size-fits-all policy because you're working with individuals who all are different, and some things work on one class, some things work on different. It just depends on who you have in there. But like, yeah, it's kind of a wake up for new teachers because, you know, the second week that I was teaching in my first year, a girl took a bite of her pen and got ink all throughout her mouth, and that was my first meltdown. I freaked out. I didn't know how to handle that, so I just yelled. So like, but that's not something you learn in class.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not something that's like, so what do you do when a girl eats her pen and she's in 9th grade? Because you don't think you're going to run into that.
Yeah.
It's also hard when you're younger, too, because I feel like you don't get the respect that the older teachers do.
That's true, because, you know, a lot of the kids, it's a lesser now, but especially my first year, everyone was like, "Oh, he's one of us."
Mm-hmm.
Like he won't care if we do this, or you know.
Well, there were teachers that thought you were just part of the student body.
Yeah, because I'd be making copies in the copy room. They're like, "How'd you get in here?" Like, you're not allowed in here. And then I was standing with it was the first pep assembly, and I was standing with my junior class in the gym. Like I was like standing behind them. Another teacher came up to me and he was like, "Hey, the sophomores are over there. That's where
he thought you were a sophomore.
That's where you should be seated."
Really?
He was messing with me a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Sophomores. I was going to say at least a junior. I mean, come on.
Well, I think
and then did you not have your tie on that day?
I think so, but
have you changed your attire? I mean, would you say from year 1 to year 3? We're in year 3.
Yeah.
Has your attire changed? Like, because you were one that had the tie,
you wore the tie
sweater. You weren't around at this point.
No, I
wasn't. He dressed. He really did.
Are you still wearing a tie every day? Almost every day.
Usually.
Almost every day. I think it's gotten a little bit more
casual.
A little bit more, but for the most part, I still think I look somewhat nice.
You want to, but that's for you. That's that's how you present yourself, right? I mean, that's what a teacher.
It shows
not that you have to be in a tie and a tuxedo,
but you definitely need to dress the part.
Yeah, right. It kind of makes a difference when you look a little more the part. But
if you're in your pajamas, it could be a problem.
Well, he does wear his pajamas.
Oh.
Underneath.
Yeah,
yes,
he does.
I wear my pajamas.
Yeah.
Well, because then it feels like you're in your comfy clothes all day.
Yeah, he does wear his pajamas underneath.
Especially
his
when it's cold outside, because that keeps him, instead of wearing long underwear, he wears pajama
I get so
pants.
much flack for this because every once in a while
who gives you flack?
Well, because the one time
is it sticking out like?
Yeah, his Guitar Hero.
My Guitar Hero pajama bottoms were peeking out the bottom of my pant leg, and so I had some questions about that.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
It's also the shoes you need to work on.
And I don't wear my shoes all the way.
Right. You wore them like Crocs, but they're not Crocs.
Yeah, so there was a day.
Grandma did buy him a pair.
Yeah, you have a pair.
Yeah, I wear those.
Okay.
Yeah,
those are okay. They're like dress shoes. That's fine.
Yeah, but there was a day that's like, it was a Halloween week, so it was a theme day where it was dressed like your favorite teacher, and there was a bunch of kids who were all stepping on the backs of their shoes.
Which would be you.
Which was clearly me, yeah.
Did you tell them who won the
Oh, yeah, so, I think I won because a student who dressed like me won because it was a competition every day, right? Like,
and she looked, and I say she looked just like him the way he dressed.
Who was it? Or what? Can you say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to. We might have to. Yeah,
sorry.
Who it is.
Yeah, we might have to wait on that.
She did great. She did a great job.
Yeah, I mean,
she even had a lanyard and a badge, and she drew me on
That's
it.
That's awesome.
She just drew a stick figure.
A stick figure, yeah, Mr. Franks.
But that's pretty accurate.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's.
A stick figure. Everyone knows who that is with a tie. It's like, oh, that's Mr. Franks.
Sarah, you don't think you're gonna? I mean, you are going back to school.
Yes.
And you're going to get your degree for teaching. What do you want to teach?
Biology.
Okay.
That's the dream.
But you already have some of that from the first 4 years, right? Because obviously you're going to be a vet. Do you think in the back of your mind I know you talked about it. Are you thinking, man, because you got accepted to a school, a really great school. Are you thinking, let me put you on the spot here a little bit.
I'm ready.
Does having a relationship, does that change? Because I know, he doesn't want to stop you from doing what you need to do. But do you think that has something to do with it too in the thinking process?
Maybe a little bit. It was more like, I think reality hit me. I've always wanted to be a mom and like have a family. And I feel like once you get out into the real world, it's not just like, what do you like to do? It's like, how can you have a career that'll fit your life?
Right. So and still be happy.
Right. Because even before I met him, when I was debating what I wanted to do, I would tell my friends, like, I want to have a family one day and I can't do it. Well, you can do it, but like, it's way harder than if you have your summers off, you have all your weekends off, you have your holidays. And I like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, I like going to Sunday dinner.
You need a nanny that would be willing to work a couple evenings and Saturdays,
right,
because if you're a vet, you may have
to do that.
You may have to have,
or you rely on your significant other.
Yeah.
Right, and especially around here, we don't have a lot of vets. So
yeah, no, that's true.
Distracted.
I know he's always messing.
But she had a long hair, and it's
connected.
It's connected.
I got it. It was bothering me. It was sticking out.
This is what to expect, folks. You wanted him back on the air. Here he is. That's what he is. Now I lost track what we were. Oh, yeah, But the other thing, too, is when you wanted to be a vet, I mean, that was the goal. But like you said, things change. And do you think when you finish this, how long is the for this? Would it be another 4 years or just
for
2 years?
Teaching?
For
two.
Okay,
well,
that's
like 1.5 because student teaching is like I would be in a job position.
Oh, okay.
Kind of deal.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I know you really liked home ec though, didn't you?
Oh, so much fun. Like I would totally do that too. I would add that on if I could.
Yeah.
And then kind of wherever I end up, I'd be happy.
They don't do that anymore, right? You can't like double up or.
Yes, you can until they're trying. The state is trying to make you have a 4-year degree for everything you take a praxis in.
Yeah. So
why? We're already out a teaching shortage.
I know.
It used to be, I think,
because he needs to take his physics.
You could just take your praxis if you had any degree and you'd be qualified. But now you have to have a teaching degree. and then you could take your praxis. But I think as long as you have a teaching degree, I think right now you can still add on. You can still take tests
because one
in
of our
other
subs went and
areas.
took history first. And
Without
she's been
having-
a long-term
Without
history
having a
sub.
degree in history, right?
She
As long as
went
you
and
have the
took
initial teaching degree.
science and something else. She told me she's taken 2 other praxises just trying to get a job.
But trying to get it in before they
Yeah,
make
like
the
my college
changes.
roommate just did that. She took one for like earth system science and like any other random science one she could.
But he does need to take the physics one. But
If you do the biology now, is that high school, middle school? Does it?
Secondary, so is that middle school and high school, or is that just high
Secondary 7 through 12.
12?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty rough. Well,
Yeah.
because the super... Never mind. What can... Okay. Yes, secondary would be great.
Okay. And now that you've got, kind of got your feet wet teaching, and did you, as you went, did you feel like this is it? This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I do really like it. I feel like I've always because even looking back on my college years, most of the things that I chose to do in my free time, like work at the nature reserve, like had animals involved, but also had an education aspect too.
Right.
It's like I feel like it's always been in the back of my mind.
Right.
Initially, that's what I went to college for, but my advisor was the one that kind of pushed me away from it.
Oh, okay.
St. Vincent's really big into medical.
Okay.
So we kind of,
Right.
like, but you could also do this. Like, that's also your dream too, so go for that. And I just kind of rounded back to where I was at the beginning.
At the beginning. Yeah. Well, I also want to say that, and I don't know if you'd want this or not, but what we might do, if you're willing to do it, and we'll put some information about you being a photographer, because I asked her, and I didn't know to what extent. When you said she took pictures, stuff like that, I didn't know to what extent she did it. I just was hoping that someone would take some pictures for our grandson's first birthday, and then we kind of waited and thinking, I wonder when were we just going to get a flash drive, and then she surprised us with this beautiful book, and the pictures were outstanding, and she took some, and I get.
I didn't even know she took half the pictures.
I know that's the beauty of what I think makes you a good photographer is when you don't know you're there, and you're just taking candid pictures. That's the best. Our photographer that we had for our wedding way back in the Stone Age, we didn't know he was there. We had no idea, so I was worried that we're going to see like 3 pictures. Yeah. And, because you didn't see them. Here you go. Here's you, and then your wife. And if we splice those together, you're going to
Yeah, and you get one of
they were amazing, the pictures that he took. And you did the same
we
thing.
didn't even know that were out there.
So what I was going to say is, if you don't mind, if people are out there and maybe they want senior pictures, could you do that?
Yeah.
Weddings.
Yeah, you're doing a wedding?
Yeah, I have one coming up in September.
So, if I don't know, do you have like an email that people might say, hey, would you be interested?
You have a site, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do have a site.
I have an Instagram.
Okay, we can link that.
Okay.
We'll put it in our show notes. And if you are interested, see her work. She does beautiful work. Absolutely gorgeous work. Very good. And you've done senior pictures this year. You were helping.
Yeah, I'm her new assistant.
Yeah, he's actually really good at it. I've been doing this since 8th grade, and he's the best assistant I've ever had. No, I'm for real. This is very, very helpful. Sorry to all my other assistants out there.
Yeah, if anyone listens.
Well, if it's technical and like setting things up, I think he enjoys.
Well, it's just the camera. She takes the camera. He's the one that.
But he's good. He's like, okay, do this. Do
Yeah.
this.
Oh, he's
Like,
the.
be natural.
I pose them. I don't like
Work with me, people.
Well, she gave me all these pictures to like base the pose. We were doing senior pictures for graduation. And there's like these pictures, these sample pictures where they're like sitting in the middle of the road, like cross-legged, and like I just don't believe it. Like they have to be doing something that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like no one just
Like
lies down in the
leaning
middle
on
of a
the
busy
wall.
road.
It's supposed to be like artistic or something, you know?
No, I don't go for all that baloney.
So you don't like the artistic look.
No, sometimes I do, but like if it doesn't make sense, then I'm too busy thinking about how it
Why
doesn't
is he
make sense.
Why is he laying in
Why
the
is he
road?
laying in the
Someone's
middle of
going to
the
come
road?
around and run him
Well,
over.
is there?
I mean,
Have you taken a picture like of somebody wanted to do something and you thought this is kind of strange?
yes.
Yeah.
Just recently?
No, not
No,
recently.
okay.
I've seen a couple more because I feel like I'm very vocal. Like when we're doing it, like, are you sure you want to do this? You know, like, are you positive?
Yeah.
But like some people get pictures. Not maybe this just isn't my thing. Like when you're in the water, like and you get your dress all wet, like, what's that about? You know?
Oh,
Oh,
You
like
know what I'm
at the
talking
beach
about?
or something.
No, like some people go into like a creek and they'll like have this like.
Yeah, I was gonna
nice
say, where are you
swirly
getting a
gown
beach?
on.
Oh.
we're in
I'm
PA.
like, yeah, why would you?
Unless you go up to Erie.
Well,
Right.
and then a lot of times there'll be like family members who have weird ideas. And they'll be like,
Yeah, you
more
gotta-
skin.
You gotta fend
Take
those
another
people
button
off.
down.
I think the worst is
Oh my gosh.
I feel like some people. I was at a wedding one time, and I don't think they like took me seriously as like the real photographer. The other people there, not the people that asked me to do it. So like one of the uncles was just like standing over me with his camera. I was like, look at me instead. I'm like, I'm the one getting paid here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah, because they're going to be very disappointed when they're looking at.
Not you.
And
the
the only
whole
picture you
time.
have is everybody looking at the.
Exactly. So I definitely
looking
have
above
gotten-
me.
Yeah.
They're looking at like over my head. Why are they always looking over your head?
It's because
you
the
know?
uncle was, look over here, look at me. I was like, no, you paid me. Look at my lens.
Yeah, really.
please."
What the heck?
I know.
I just don't. I wonder if they think up this stuff at night to come up with these weird.
Well,
Photos.
they had at Nathan and Alexis' wedding, they all jumped. Remember how hard of a time they had to.
Well, I mean, that's
one,
just
two,
that,
three,
that's
they
a
all
cute.
jumped
that's
up.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
common in
It
weddings.
was, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if everyone doesn't cooperate, that's tough, isn't it?
You have one guy
I'm surprised Nathan.
Mm-hmm. folding his arms up and not just standing there as
Or
everybody else is
one's
jumping in the
here,
air.
one's here,
Nathan
one's
has
there.
pictures.
Nathan is not. Well, we
Nathan is
learned.
not a picture taker.
Yeah, Sarah says just one picture, and she goes. "Click, click, click, click." He's like, ah, and he started covering himself up. Yeah, he's not a picture taker.
You gotta take more than one. You know?
Yeah, you got. Yeah, oh, it was clicking. Click, click, click. You could hear it. You hear the shutter going. All right. Well, we got this went fast. Obviously, I didn't even get through half the stuff that I wanted to. So we're going to take a break,
Okay.
and then when we come back, we're going to do a game
Oh, okay.
called "Would You Rather."
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So when we come back, don't go anywhere. So you want to start a podcast, maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Welcome back. We have Zach. We've got Sarah here, his girlfriend, and we're having a great conversation. It's gone fast. Before we get to the game called Would You Rather, I'm going to ask, what weird smell do you love? Do you have a smell that, because we have a friend of ours that loves skunk.
Ew, really?
Yeah.
Especially like if it's on the road and you
Yeah.
go past it.
Love it. Love the smell.
Rolls down the windows, takes it in.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And we have.
So your dog comes
I don't know if
home
this is
smells like that all the time.
I don't know if this is a weird smell. I'll go first. But is like the new car smell, is that weird? I don't think that's
No, I
weird.
think a lot
No,
of
that's a
people,
good one.
Because I love
That's a
a
really
new
good
car
one.
smell.
Yeah,
Love
that's a
it.
good one.
They should make a car freshener that smells like
That's,
dip
yeah,
gloss.
that I don't know, but they should. There
They
you
should,
go.
Yeah.
I actually like the smell of dirt. Like when you get, like, I mean,
Okay, that would be weird.
Really,
No, but
I
it
really like
smells
the
good,
smell
like
of
the-
cow manure.
There you go. That's
That's a weird
but
one.
like, I mean, like an earth, like that earthy.
Or
There
like
are these
after,
smells.
like,
Yeah,
like after a
when-
rain, like after
No,
like
well,
after it rains and all the worms are
yeah,
out. I like
sometimes
that
it-
smell.
I like rescuing the worms so they don't get hit. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, she wasted one of my.
wasted.
Yeah, wasted.
Wasted what?
Wasted the cap to my Tylenol trying to save a bee.
What? He was stuck in my car. I was trying to give him some sugar water.
You just
to
smash
revive
him and throw him out.
No, he's a bee.
She's trying to nurse him back to health.
Well, he was stuck in my car. I felt bad.
He didn't make it. In case
No, he
you
didn't.
were
And his buddy
curious.
died in my back seat.
You didn't do CPR in the
No,
back?
it's the second day I
Oh, it
had
was
my
a
car.
Massacre.
And they had bee poop all over my back seat. It was ridiculous. But I did try to save him.
A lot of people like the smell of gas.
I like smell gas.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good smell.
Here's
Some
some.
people like to sniff markers.
Oh, yeah.
markers.
Are you
Glue.
speaking from experience?
No,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
That's
I heard from a
sometimes-
friend.
Someone
Friend of mine told
did
me.
it at work last week.
What?
They,
Oh,
they were,
okay.
They were like,
Well, when
are
you work
those
in a
Sharpies
school,
as smelly as
listen, I'm
the
not-
highlighters or whatever?
when
They
you
were
work with
comparing.
children all day and you have a bunch of markers,
Sometimes that's what you need. That smell.
sometimes you need to get it through the day.
Yeah, that and glue.
Someone at Michael's was really upset the glue was locked up. She's like, if these kids would just stop sniffing the glue, I could get it without having to ask somebody.
Can't get to lock up the glue.
And where are all the paper bags? This is crazy.
Oh, I know. Paper bags are gone. Some other weird smells. Old books.
Oh, yeah.
If you like an old book,
Sometimes that smells like basement though, and is like too musty.
that could be different.
Musty.
And is,
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. Once they like a mom and pop hardware store, which I don't understand what that
I
is.
don't know. I guess that smell like.
Is it the
sawdust?
old time, like when you go to? I mean, that'd be an older. I don't know how that sawdust. Well, that's next. The sawdust
I
on
like
here.
The smell of sawdust.
And someone said a fresh can of tennis balls.
Yes, that is a good smell. Have you ever
Really?
like? Yeah, when you pop that.
Doesn't it smell plasticky though?
Yeah, but it's like plasticky, but there's like a I don't know. It has a distinct smell when you pop open a fresh can of tennis balls. Oh, breathe that in.
I never would have thought tennis balls. It
Yeah,
threw me
same.
off.
I never
Do you have a weird smell?
Didn't I say mine?
I don't know.
After a rain.
Markers and rain.
After a rain? You like
the
mud.
The wet smell. That wet
Oh,
There was this,
spring smell right after a rain.
oh, okay, okay.
when I was in high school, there was this kid who was walking past me in the hall, and he opened up his wallet and shoved it in my face.
Did it smell
He was
good?
like, "Breathe this in," and it turned out it would smell like weed. But like I didn't know that at the time. I was like, "Ugh, what is
That
that?"
was your first eye.
That's what it was.
It's got a sweet kind of smell, a sweet
You're the
tobacco
expert.
kind of smell.
At least he didn't say smell my finger.
I've been smelling. I've been smelling weed burning since I've been 4 years old. My older brothers lit it up every time my mom left the house.
Oh, really?
Okay, that's weird smells. Okay.
Can't do
Now, all right, next game. We ready for the next one? All right. Would you rather? We'll start with you, Terry. Well, actually, we're going to go around. We'll ask the question, and then it's called Would You Rather. So we're going to ask the question. We'll start with you, and we'll work our way around. Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or toothpaste for the rest of your life? Which one? Shampoo or tooth? I should have the.
I have it.
I wish I had that song.
I guess shampoo. I'm trying to think. Could I?
That is correct.
Could I do baking soda on my teeth
That's what
for
I
the rest
mean,
of my life? I think I would miss toothpaste after a while. But
There is something about toothpaste. You know, when
but
you
shampoo, you
that
know,
fresh.
if you are using like a bar of soap on your hair, it can't really be that.
So which is it?
That's a good point. 'Cause
I guess toothpaste. I would rather do without toothpaste than shampoo.
And shampoo. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, same. I need my shampoo.
You got to have the shampoo.
My
So
bangs get
toothpaste.
too weird, you know?
Zach?
there's a lot of stuff that you can clean your teeth with.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking. Because like I used to just like if I ran out, I would put a little bit of peroxide and
I'm sorry. I just remember something that you cleaned your teeth with. It was in your bathroom.
what? Oh, should I talk about that?
Why not?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, just a little.
Because if I tell the story,
Would it go any worse than what, you know?
Well, I'll tell. Okay, because I think it was.
I wish
funny.
you'd get a little closer. It would really help me.
When I first told this story, I told it to. It was during lunch with all my colleagues, And I started telling it. You ever like tell a story and then realize
Yeah.
I shouldn't tell this because then they're gonna realize the other problems I have that I don't want to talk about. So I started I was like, because it happened that morning, and I was like, you wouldn't believe what I brushed my teeth with. And they're like, what? And I was like, nothing.
Oh, so after it came out.
After it came out, I was like, never mind. I was like, it wasn't my toothbrush. And they're like, whoa. Whose was it? So they're like, well, just tell us.
Don't you live alone?
So
Yeah, really.
But your roommate wasn't there most of the time.
So anyway, instead of so I was brushing, and I was like, something tastes really weird about
Did
this.
it make it numb too?
It was a really weird sensation.
I don't want to think of that.
A very strange sensation. So then I looked at the tube that I just put on my toothbrush, and it was Preparation H. But I told this to everyone at work, and they're like, "Oh, sorry."
That explains a lot.
Well, no wonder he's so uptight.
And they had good points.
Exactly.
They're like, "Why are those tubes together?" And I'm like, "Well, my bathroom is not big.
It's small. You have a very small vanity.
And now I do keep them on different shelves, but when you're groggy in the morning and you just grab a tube, you don't know what's gonna.
Well, does your your tooth? What's your go-to? Is it Colgate? Is it I don't know what. Does it start with a P, like Preparation H?
No, it's Colgate. My toothpaste tube is significantly bigger than my.
Yes, I would think so.
Ointment.
I'd also like to point out this is one of the stories he told me on the first time we hung out outside of school.
My goodness,
I don't know why I kept coming back.
Why is she? Yeah, this.
Hey, Ron's still with me.
Yeah, that's true.
And
But we won't go into
The
that.
first time he came to pick me up, my brother, Gary,
Well, she never got
answered
to
the door.
meet Gary.
Well, but we've described him
Yeah, we
as
described
the
him.
caddy,
Yeah, I've heard
the caddy
many
and
stories.
what? Caddy and
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yeah.
And my sister was asleep on the couch. The second time he came is at the time my dad was building a desk for my mom, and they were in a cussing fight.
He ripped it
off the wall. There were wood flying. My mom and dad screaming at each other. I was like, "Come on, let's go."
You don't have any other stories you can tell her that are pretty good? I would think you'd have,
some good.
You tell her about Preparation H. You tell her about your cocaine habit.
I'm sure there's more than that.
I'm sure there is.
But I don't know. None of them put me in a particularly good light.
You told me about Gary. About, what was that, at the beach? Or where would he scream? Or something. You said that he would get up every morning.
Oh, no. Do you remember when Uncle Gary stayed here and he slept in my room and I was on the couch? He would, every hour, he would come up to the top of the stairs and just, stare off into space and then go back to bed. I was like, Uncle Gary, you all right? And he went, and then he would go back to bed. I don't know. It was just...
He had trouble sleeping and stuff.
I was amazed he got up the stairs in the pitch black because you never leave a light on.
No, we don't leave lights on in this house, no. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Would you rather always have, we'll start with you, Sarah. Okay. Would you rather always have a mullet haircut or a ponytail haircut?
Ooh, I do enjoy a good mullet, but I don't know if on me, though.
Mullet's in right now.
Mullets are back.
Especially out where we work.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out there.
I prefer the ponytail.
You want the ponytail?
Yeah, probably the ponytail.
I'm walking the mullet.
You're working it.
I feel like you could, though. You should try it.
I could. Yeah, do you want to? Let's try that.
You could do the mullet today? Yeah, she's getting his haircut after the show. All right, we'll start with you, Zach. You ready?
Yep.
Would you rather always have bad gas or always have really dry mouth?
Okay, so I have a real problem with gas. No, I mean not.
No, I know you do, because when someone else squirts out one
it's like
or
the
just
worst
pinches
thing.
one out,
I hate
and
it.
it was just a little. That's all it was. I was really working hard. I was sweating, and I'll admit that I had a little toot. It happened.
I don't
It
like
happens sometimes. I don't care whether you like it. Sometimes you just can't help
I
yourself.
just don't
Right.
like farting.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
like...
die from holding that in.
That's right.
Just let
Combustion.
it out every once in a while.
No, it's not that. It's
no
not
one's
that
judging
I don't,
you.
Okay, because everyone does it. Okay, but I just don't like to do it in the presence of others.
I don't either. I didn't plan on it.
You did.
I know I did, but sometimes in my
Sometimes
situation,
you can't get to the bathroom fast enough to shut the door. And
Right. You don't have to alert
and
the
it wasn't like a
authorities.
real long. It wasn't anything major.
And
I
was
know,
it
sometimes
like
you-
one
It
of
was
my
a-
rotten egg ones?
No, it didn't even
I've
smell.
had rotten egg ones
Well,
on
I
occasion.
don't think
They're
it did.
really bad.
Would you rather have? Okay, would you rather have bad? Well, you don't want gas. You want dry
I'll take
mouth.
the mouth. That doesn't sound-
That didn't sound right at all. You take the mouth. Bad gas or really dry mouth?
It depends on whether I'm in public or not. In public, I'd rather have.
It's just not
dry
about
mouth.
that.
It's
It's all the time. Think about this. If you have bad gas, you'll get through the aisles very quickly. You ever do that in the store?
Remember the couple that used to come in that didn't bathe?
Well, they didn't have gas though.
No, they just stunk.
Yeah, I know they did.
No, I do have a technique to get through.
He
Walmart.
glitches in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah, like there was this one time there was this really busy aisle, and I just needed one thing from it. There's this pole in the middle of the aisle. Sarah's with me. And
I left after he did this.
well,
I pretend I didn't know him.
I was like, well,
Like they do when I have
one of the students was in the aisle.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways,
They do that
I
to
didn't
me
know
when I have
that.
hiccups.
I didn't know that until the aisle cleared. So what happened was because I was like, I just need to get through here. So sometimes if you, it's not right, but like if you act like you're just a little special. So like I just gently ran the shopping cart into a pole that was in the middle of the aisle, and I went. No! And then the aisle, like everyone cleared, and then standing at the end was one of our students at school, and then she noped out of there. She was like, I don't want to talk to him.
Did she see you later and ask what?
Yeah,
the
well, I saw her at school the next day, and I was like, hey, I understand. I was like, I get why you didn't want to talk to me.
So that's how you get out of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was really good during COVID to just cough.
If you go, if you
Yeah.
go real early in the morning, you don't have those problems.
You don't have to run into the poles if you go early.
we have this door to ourselves. We go early.
Yeah. But if I'm going to fart, I fart in one aisle and then I go to the next one and let them leave it. That's what I do. Sarah, you dry mouth or bad gas?
Dry mouth.
What about you?
Well, I have a terrible sense of smell, so bad gas. It
Okay.
wouldn't bother me.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't bother you.
Yeah, it'd be
All
good.
right.
And everyone else leave me alone.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, no, okay.
Like you guys disappear when I have the hiccups. Everyone just
Yeah,
disappears.
because
on
it sounds like an animal's dying.
That's good. That is a good version.
All right, we'll do one more, and
more.
we'll let you guys. All right, we'll do two more. Would
3
you
more.
rather be? This is a good one. Would you rather be a high school teacher or a clown?
Same thing at this point.
High school teacher. I always wanted to be a teacher.
You don't want to be a clown?
At this point, yeah, sign me up. Give me
Well,
one
what
of
if you
those
went into the school
unicycles.
dressed up as
I
a
already
clown?
think I'm a clown.
Oh, okay.
No, a high school teacher. I like my job for the most part.
I mean, yeah, you do like it. I mean,
I do like it. Yeah.
I mean,
And clowns
you
are
went.
scary.
I mean, you went to Penn State to be an engineer, and then said this is not for me, and that's fine. Just like you, sort of what
Right.
you're like, maybe this is like something different.
Life crisis.
Yeah, and he wanted to. Yeah, he wanted to teach,
Well, and
and
there's that guy at church who was like, well, they say the teachers are the ones who couldn't do it. That's what he tells me all the time.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's why you had a high grade point average in
it's all right.
engineering.
I'm just a little bitter about that. Anyway.
all right. So okay, we'll do one more. Sarah? Would you rather listen to an annoying laugh for a whole day, or get tickled for an hour?
The laugh. I don't like being tickled.
Okay. What about you?
What was it?
Would you want to listen to it? Yeah, no. What are you doing over there? Falling asleep. Would you rather listen to an annoying laugh for the whole day or get tickled for an hour?
I guess listen to the laugh.
I have to listen to the laugh.
Yeah, because you'll pee.
I'd be peeing myself.
If they tickle you,
whole
you'll
hour,
pee.
you just pee.
Then you have a whole nother problem.
And if I don't have any change of clothes, then you're going to smell me the rest of the day.
Let's see. Want to do one more?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more. Would you rather be forced to listen to the same 10 songs on repeat for the rest of your life,
The Beatles.
or forced to watch the same 5 movies on repeat for the rest of your life?
Depends on
Beatles.
which songs and which
We already
movies
listened to
are.
the same.
Well,
I was going to say,
songs
you
over
hear
and
it
over
in his
again.
car. Yeah, you hear the same thing over
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
over.
when I worked at the grocery store and the Muzak broke, it played the same 10 songs over. I heard, "What's new, pussycat?" Like literally every half hour. It was just terrible.
You know, like Tom Jones?
So, well, not anymore. I guess it depends on the songs. If I can choose the songs, I think I would pick the 10 songs.
It doesn't really say that. It just says the same songs on
Yeah,
repeat.
because you watch a million movies all the time.
Yeah,
A bunch of different ones.
I don't know.
See, to me, you
I
hear.
listen to more music.
Yeah, and I think you listen to the same songs over and over.
No, not really.
Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles. Paul McCartney.
Yeah, anything Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the answer?
The movies.
Really?
I
The
don't
same
know.
5 movies?
It depends on the movies. It really just depends.
I could watch the same 5 movies if I could
Yeah, you
pick 'em.
do. You watch 10 Things I Hate About You. She's the Man.
I love She's the Man.
But she's the man. I
No,
don't
she's
remember.
she's all that.
She's all
I
that.
like She's the Man.
She's.
I never heard.
Oh, that's the
She's Man.
soccer
Yeah.
one with yeah.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. What I didn't. Would you want to hear the same 10 songs or
I could probably watch the same 5 movies.
same 5 movies?
Yeah.
Are you a Hallmark movie person?
No, but my grandma is.
Okay.
She watches it all year round, like not even during Christmas.
Now of all the movies you've watched so far with him, do you have a favorite already?
Ooh. I really like Happy Gilmore.
Isn't that funny?
That's a good one.
That's good. That is a good one. What's you've seen Uncle Buck though?
No, we're getting there.
Oh, you got to get to
That's
see
on the
Uncle
list.
Buck.
Oh,
Okay.
we should put that down by the pool one night.
Yeah, we should.
I think that's what we decided. That's why we didn't watch it.
Yeah, we
All right,
can watch it down.
we'll
at
do
the
one
pool.
more. We got a minute, so let's do one more. Would you rather listen? Oh no, we did that one. Would you rather lose the ability to cry, or cry every day for 20 minutes randomly? Who wants to go first?
I think I could do without crying.
So lose the ability to cry.
Yeah.
You too?
You can be sad without tears, can't you?
Yeah, I guess.
In the middle of your home ec class.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel
20 minutes.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to lose the ability. That sucks.
Then we're
Yeah,
crying.
because it would be kind of embarrassing to just
Yeah,
cry.
but what if
20
in the middle of an
minutes
interview you just break down?
Do you have any, like,
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
If it didn't say what in a particular time, you could be in the middle of an interview and just start bawling your eyes out. That could be bad. But then on the other hand, if you're in an interview and that person got a phone call where something bad happened and you don't even well up, you're like sitting there and staring at them.
Or you're at a funeral.
Or yeah,
Dry
well, no,
eye.
sometimes
dry eye and dry mouth.
That's like how you show
Bad gas.
You show support through your strength because you can pull through it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
is that?
I don't know. Do you have any of those ones where like I like the would you rathers where like if you're the only person who like there's one that's like would you rather be the only person who talks out of your butt or the only person who doesn't talk out of your butt? Right? Because then think about it, like then you're the weird one if you're the one who doesn't talk out of your butt because everyone else does.
Oh, so everybody else talks out their butt or
Except you,
Except-
or
or-
you'd be the only person who talks to you. So either way, you're weird.
yeah. Like Ace Ventura. Remember?
Yeah.
So how would your preparation
talked
fit
to
in
him.
then?
Well, see, if I talked out, that would be rough
Yeah.
because I have stuff I got to talk through.
All right, we're going to leave it on that note. This went fast. Wow, we went way over, and this is. I knew it would go fast. Would do this again?
Yeah,
Would
it
you-
was fun.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for having me.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, I know you.
Let me
Yeah,
clear my schedule.
it's very hard for him because him and
The
his
schedule's always clear.
his schedule.
I've been busy.
Well, you are going to be singing July 9th at the Steak. What's it called?
Steak fry
Oh,
at Avella.
Steak Fry at Avella.
Come down to
Maybe,
Avella.
Yeah,
You'll
come-
get lost.
Come down to Avella, get lost, and then listen to the cat screeching. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
they're
but
pretty
seriously,
good.
Come, we need money. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Very poor.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the notice every Monday. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. Check that out. We're also going to link up your Instagram. If you're looking for a photographer, Sarah is the person you need to get. She's very good at it. You can also find us on our email, justtalkingoutloud.com, or we have Twitter, we have Facebook. Check us out. If you have any questions, well, do something with it. I wish we were on YouTube. We're supposed to eventually get to YouTube. They're getting into podcasting, so maybe then they could like ask questions like,
Yeah.
what was Zach on while he was on the show? I want something like that. So thank you so much for listening.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.